This is the Feral Friends podcast where we talk everything fitness, wellness, and PCOS. Today's episode, how a GLP helped me heal my relationship with food. Welcome to the Feral Friends podcast where we talk about hormones, healing, and the messy middle of becoming your best self. I'm Erica, and I'm here to have the big conversations to help move you forward. And in today's episode, I have a little hot take for everybody. And my hot take is that being on a GLP-1 actually helped to heal my relationship with food. And I want you to hear out my story, because I do have a good reason. So, as you may know, you're probably very well aware, I was diagnosed with PCOS this last summer after a lot of research, advocating for myself, not taking no for an answer from a doctor who did not listen to me, and getting the help that I needed, and finally finding a doctor who listened. And PCOS, if you are aware, is a hormonal slash endocrine slash reproductive issue, and it presents differently in every single person who has it, and that's what makes it so tricky to diagnose. And if you think that's something that you might have, I would urge you to look up the Rotterdam criteria. And with PCOS, it makes you pretty much feel like garbage all the time. You're just constantly exhausted. I would sleep for 9 or 10 hours and still wake up exhausted. And it makes it really hard to lose weight, if not impossible. Incredibly difficult because of an insulin response in your body. It causes it causes like excess androgen. Yeah, there's a word for it, but I can't come up with it on the top of my head. It causes excess androgens, which results in hair thinning, hair growth on your face, cystic acne. In my case, I had hair thinning and cystic acne that I'm still working on healing the scars for. Bloating, inflammation. Those are just a handful of the symptoms that people with PCOS have. Oh, irregular periods and ovulation. Yeah, those are some other ones that just came to mind. Anyway, before being on a GLP-1, I had battled with such a disordered relationship with food for my entire life. And little did I know, it was all because of PCOS. So with PCOS, like I said, in my case, I could gain weight. That wasn't a problem. But once it was on me, I felt like it was 10 times harder to lose it, despite doing everything right. And that made me feel like I had to do everything at 100 miles an hour just to get the same results somebody else was getting at going 20 miles an hour. And that's exhausting. That's exhausting. Um, it made me feel like I had to deprive myself of foods that other people could enjoy seemingly without any issue. Like I was like, how are you eating that? If I ate that, I would blow right up. And I had to deprive myself so much. And it created such a disordered relationship with food. I felt like I couldn't enjoy a treat, or I'd have to only take a bite, and I'd feel guilty about that. I'd only allow myself lower sugar options. I would I would strictly calorie count. You name the diet, I've done it. You name the cleanse, I've done it. Master cleanse, juice cleanse, yeah, everything. And I felt like I always had to be fixing myself. I have definitely starved myself, I'll be honest. I've tried intermittent fasting, and that worked until it didn't. It worked until my body's like, we're gonna rebel now because we feel like we're dying, even though I wasn't losing that much weight. And just constantly battling myself because I kind of had to. Because if I didn't, I did gain weight. Like if I started eating normal, a healthy, normal, well balanced diet, but with treats, I would gain weight. And I felt like I had to constantly be in this state of restriction. Can't have too many carbs, can't have too much gluten, gotta watch your macros on this. So how would GLP-1 help me heal my relationship with food? I know this is my hot take, is when I went on it, it's like a switch turned on and my body worked quote unquote normal. And I could have a bagel and not have such a crazy insulin response from it and just be able to enjoy it and not gain weight from it. And I still eat mindfully. I still don't, it's not, I don't have a sweet tooth really. I don't really overindulge just normally, right? But I feel like there's more wiggle room now, and I don't feel like there's as much pressure to be eating so perfectly all the time. And I don't feel like I have to starve myself. Prior to being diagnosed, during that summer, I had actually experienced a pretty negative life event that I'm not going to discuss at this moment in time, but it caused me to lose my appetite. And for about a week, I would say 5 days, I couldn't really eat anything. I had no desire to eat anything. And having a disordered eating history, it kind of fueled it. If I'm going to be completely honest, it fueled it a little bit. I saw the scale go down a little bit. And ultimately, in that 5 days, I think I lost 5 pounds, 5 or 6 pounds. And the weight bounced back so quickly, like so quickly. And I wasn't even overindulging. I just ate normal and it just bounced back so quickly. And that discouraged me. And then I rebounded, I yo-yoed. But I can be on a GLP-1 now and not starve myself and still lose 5 pounds. Not in a week, but more sustainably, and it stays off if I keep eating healthy, well balanced, well rounded, all that. I don't have to starve myself. This has taught me that I don't have to starve myself to have the physique that I want. And that is healing. I'm going to come out and say it, guys. That was healing to me. It's healing to me to be able to, at a birthday party, have a slice of cake and not worry about gaining weight from it and not stressing. And that lowered stress also is healing. That lowered stress level is also contributing to, okay, I can take a deep breath around food now. Food is safe. And it also has helped me see food as fuel. I would do fasted workouts before, which I know is bad. You don't gotta tell me, I know. I would do, I would be so afraid to eat carbs. I was so afraid of carbs, guys. You have no idea. And now, if I'm actually gonna go do a workout right now. I had a nice high carb meal. I balanced it with some protein, and some fats and stuff, but I'm not afraid to shy, like, I don't shy away from it anymore. I just, okay, this is fuel. This is going to help me do my best in my workout and help me work hard and be the best I can be. And I'm not afraid anymore. So, yes, it has healed my relationship with food. And I am so grateful to live in a time where this medication is available. Because for somebody like me, who does everything right, who's diligent, who's disciplined, and is wondering, why is my body not responding? And I'm a little perfectionist. Anybody who knows me would tell you that I have a drive to be the very best version of myself that I can possibly be, for better or worse. My entire life I've been that way. There probably is a little unresolved trauma to that, but we're not going to get into that today. You see where I'm going with this. I hope maybe that convinced you to be on board with my hot take. Maybe I made a believer out of you. Maybe you still disagree, and that's okay too. Um, if you like raw, real content like this, just comes from my heart, sharing my story around wellness and health and PCOS and hormone health, drop me a follow on socials. You can find me at Only Slightly Feral on Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube. And if you join, I want to welcome you to the Feral Friends community, where we encourage everybody to fight for their health, and we're fighting for our health together because we are a feisty crew. And I love to see our growing community in the comment section. So I want to hear your story. I want to hear your side. Share your comments below, and let's build our community together and break some stigmas. And I will see you in the next episode. Okay, bye.